So I'm going to hide the map, and I'm going to kind of bring it down in here. I'm going to scroll down in a little bit. I want to talk about some of the different things that you can do on the map, some of the different search options and whatnot. Up here in the upper right-hand corner, you'll see all of the different map options here. You'll also notice here the parcels are loading by default here. Remember, we had parcels selected in our preferences, so those are loading by default. You can at any point come in here and just click on a parcel without actually putting any search criteria in and get the information for that particular parcel. So it'll give you the owner name, the APN, some buttons here. The little hover window that comes up there gives you the ability to zoom down in on that property. You can pull up the actual estimated lot dimensions there as well. So that's a nice new feature if you want to quickly pull up the lot dimensions to a property. Again, these are estimated based on the mapping program and the parcel layers, but it is a quick way to look at the size of a parcel. And then also you have a link to go view the reports as well. Now, if this particular property that I was looking at was also in the MLS, there would be a couple additional links here. If there was any photos available, I'd be able to pull up the pictures from here. And also a link to take me back to the MLS, a reverse link to go ahead and pull up that listing from the MLS if I want to look at it. Okay. So that's the first thing I wanted to kind of point out is from the map itself, you can come in and you can just hover down into the area that you're looking, and you can just click from parcel to parcel and get information on those properties. So you don't have to actually start with a search. You can always just come in and pull up the map and kind of work your way across the map and find what you're looking for that way. And again, of course, you have the road, aerial, hybrid, and bird's eye images up here as well. So if you want to toggle between any of those different map views, you have that ability as well, okay, including the bird's eye views. Okay. Now, from the map, you can also up here at the top, you have several options up here to draw tools on the map. So if you want to come in and do a search on the map by drawing a particular area, maybe you want to create labels for everyone in a particular, couple block radius, or maybe you want to search a distance from something. You have the ability up here with using the map tools to draw a radius, a rectangle, a polygon. You can also draw a line, which would allow you to measure distances. And you have an annotation tool here, which allows you to label the map as well. So, for example, the radius tool. To draw these, it'll give you a little instructions over here on the right, but it's easy. It's just clicking on the map once, drag your pointer out, click again, and that'll draw that circle based on those 2 points. So you click once, you click twice, and it will draw that circle based on those points. Now, what you'll see here is when you put a map, or when you put a shape onto the map to search, it's actually going to show up over here in your search criteria on the left-hand side. So you'll see over there where it added this map field. That allows you to, a couple things here to remove it if you'd like. You can come over and clear that out from there if you want to take that circle back off. It also allows you to save that as part of your search as well. So you can save map searches in here as well. So when you come up here and click Save, it'll retain whatever you've put on the map there as far as criteria. One of the other things you can do with these maps, these searches, is you can label these. So if I put a circle in here, I can give it a label. I could also delete the shape from here as well. And I can also move these. If you just click and drag them, maybe you draw that circle and you drew it in the wrong point, or in the wrong place, you can quickly just click and drag and move it over to where you want to put it without having to clear it out and redraw the circle. Okay. You can also click and drag and resize them as well. So if you want to just click on that little point there, resize the shape, you do have that ability as well. So that's the circle. You go up here and draw a couple other examples here. The rectangle, pretty quick and easy. You just click, drag, and then click again. Okay, so you're clicking, you're releasing, you're clicking again and releasing, and it'll draw that square or rectangle. And then same thing for the polygon, probably the most versatile of the options. If you click back on the original point where you started, that will finish up your polygon. And again, you can take these and again, you can reshape these if you need to. So if I didn't quite do that right, and I want to reshape that a little bit, you have that ability. Okay. So when you've drawn one of these, basically all you have to do is click the rectangle tool here, for example, draw out my area there, and if I just want to see all the properties in that area, just go over here and click search. And boom, it'll go ahead and load up all of those properties. Not only does it load them on the map, but it loads them on the grid as well. So if I were to show the grid view or the split view, I'll have all those properties there as well. Okay. So searching an area is as easy as that. If you just want to go ahead and outline that area, come over here and hit the search button. It'll pull up everything in there. Maybe I want to create labels for these folks. Again, just come down to my grid, do the create labels option, and boom, I can create mailing labels for all the folks that I've outlined in my my search there. Okay. Let me go back to my map here and let me clear this out. Clear my criteria back out here. Also wanted to just point out in these drawing tools options you have the line tool as well. The line tool allows you to just measure distances. So you click once and it'll measure the segment and the total line length. To stop drawing the line, you just double click on that last point and it stops drawing that line. Okay. If you want to clear your map tools out at any point, any of the map tools that you have drawn, there's a clear all option here which will clear out anything you loaded on the map, or you can also come in here and do a clear all shapes. The annotation tool is a nice little feature. This allows you to label the map. So if you want to put little labels on there to point out certain things on the map, you click the annotation tool, you click once on the map, and it puts a little cartoon bubble on there, and then you can click inside of it and type in whatever you want to type. So if you want to point out, the park over here, or a school, or a business, or something like that, you'll have that annotation tool. And anything that you include on the map, whether it's an annotation or a shape or any of the overlays that we're going to look at, those will also be included on any of the printouts as well, or the emails if you send from the Realist program. Okay, so I'm going to delete this little annotation tool there. Now we're going to kind of move down the list a little bit here from the drawing tools. The boundaries option allows you to plot out different boundaries like the zip code, the city, the county, the school districts. So for example, I selected zip code. Let me zoom back out here a little bit and get kind of a bigger look at it. So there's your zip code boundaries. Again, city boundaries. County boundaries. And you can see these just kind of load up over top of the map. The school districts. And then also the flood zone maps. So you can overlay the flood zone maps on a particular area, and you'll see it'll cover over the entire area there. You'll get a key down here at the bottom, and if you zoom down in on this map with the flood layers, you'll get the actual flood zone codes themselves, and you'll see up here where it says use control click to see flood data. If you hold your control key down and you click on any of these flood zones, it'll give you a little thing that pops up that shows you the flood zone code, the panel date. Okay, so you just click, hover over those, and it holds your control key down and it pulls up that data in that little flood zone window that comes up there. Okay, so this is how you can kind of zoom down in on a property, see where it lies in relation to those flood zones. Okay. Let me clear everything back out here. So those are your boundary options up there. The next few items here, let me zoom in now a little bit. The property and sales information section. This allows you to plot things on the map, indicators on the map, such as distressed properties, sales, listings, and you click the little option here and you check off what you're looking for, and you'll start to see those populate on the map there. So right now we're plotting some pre-foreclosure, auction, bank-owned, and bank-owned sales, so you see a couple of them pop up there. I could then, of course, click on that property and pull it up if I needed to. Okay, so you'll see those little indicators pop up, color-coded based on the status that you've loaded on the map there. Okay, so that's a way to kind of load up those pre-foreclosures, those foreclosure properties, bank-owned sales. Tax listings, if you will just want to load up any sales within the last 3, 6, 9, or 12 months, click that option, and it'll load up any of those indicators as well. So you'll see the little red indicators pop up there on the map. Okay. In addition to the tax sales, you can also do listings. So if you want to pull up active, pending, and expired properties within a certain time period from the MLS, then you'll start to see those load up as well. And I may be in a bad area here as far as an example. Let me zoom back out here. See if we can't get some of these to load up here. There we go. It can take a minute just based on how much it's got to load all those parcel lines first and then all of the indicators above them. So here's some examples of some active listings, some expired listings, pending listing up there, color coded by status, and then you have little indicators down here as well. So again, you can of course click on those properties if you want to pull those up, view the pictures, view the other information, view a property detail report from there. In addition to the listings then, the active and expired and pendings, you can also pull up the MLS sales. So if you want to see what sold via the MLS in the last 3, 6, 9, or 12 months, those will populate. And again, you can combine these too. So if you want to combine the MLS sales with the tax sales, you kind of get a look at what sold in the MLS versus what was maybe sold by the owner, or similarly, you can aggregate these on top of each other if you'd like. Up to 6 at a time. You'll see down there at the bottom where it says 2 out of 6. Up to 6 items can be selected on the map at a time, and that's any of the items that you've used over here on the right-hand side, whether that's a boundary, shape tool, indicators, anything like that, up to 6 at a time. And then the last items here, the zoom down here a little bit, the property characteristics. This is where you can go in and label the parcels with things like the lot area, the APN, the bedrooms and bathrooms, the building area, the owner's name, the address, the real AVM value. Okay. So you can overlay those on top of the properties as well. Okay. So that's all within the little push pin there, the property and sales information. The last couple items here on the map, and then the trends. Let me zoom out a little bit. This allows you to kind of load up some heat maps and trend values on your maps, things like sale price, home value, sales activity. It'll be aggregated by zip code by default. And let me zoom back out here. So if I do sales activity by zip code, then I can kind of see the hotter and the cooler areas there based on the number of sales that have taken place in those particular areas. So you get kind of an aggregate look. Again, you can use the control click there to get the information for that particular section. So it shows you the duration, the date, the value. So there was 146 sales in this particular zip code, and it's using a combo property type, single family and condo as well. Okay. So those are kind of some sales trends that you can load up there: median sale price, home value, sales activity, number of homes in foreclosure, percentage of homes in foreclosure. You can change the property type if you'd like, and you can also change the opacity level of these to make them brighter or more see-through or less see-through on your map. Okay. The last couple items here then, the points of interest. If you load up any of these and it tells you to zoom in, that means you need to be a little bit closer to the map in order to use them. For example, points of interest here. So if I want to load up any of these different points of interest, gas stations, education, healthcare, shopping, postal services, it'll load those up on the map. You can come in and click on those then and get more information on any of those particular points of interest. And then the last item here, driving directions. If you want to get turn-by-turn driving directions on the map, you can type in the address if you'd like, or I feel it's probably easiest to just come out here. You can do a right-click on the map and do a drive from, and then right-click and do a drive to, and then go ahead and plot your directions there. Okay. So it'll pull up the directions here. If you want to print those out or email those from there, you can going forward. Okay. And then clear those out when you're done. So those are the map tools up there on the right-hand side of the map. Okay, and keep in mind, it's a little different than Classic because you don't have to put criteria in over here to start. You can just start with the map if you'd like. You can go into the map, zoom down in, click on parcels, put overlays on there, put indicators on the map. Use your map searching tool to pull up properties in a particular area by the shape that you've drawn. So you don't have to start with your search criteria over here. That's just another option. You can come in on the map and just start from there. Okay. Alrighty, I believe that is going to wrap it up for us. So we wanted to come in and just kind of show you the new Realist program. Like I said, that's going live next week on Tuesday. You will, again, like I said, have the ability to get back to the Classic version for a short time period after we go live. So if you need to get back in there and you're not quite familiar with the new program yet, but starting next week when you go into Realist, you'll be brought into the new version and you can do all your new searches and new options that are available that we covered today. So that's what I have for you today. I appreciate your time. Thank you for coming to the webinar. I hope you enjoyed it, and have a good day. Thank you.